Yeah, my
Hello,
phone's going
hello,
nowhere.
everybody, and thanks so much for joining us for another HOAcom Alliance Leader Spotlight. And I know we had a little bit of technical problems, but we are good. Settings are good. I can hear him. He can hear
Yes,
me. Yes, yes. So this is perfect. All
yes.
right. So I'd love to introduce you to Jeff Hollman. Jeff is with Advantage Realty. He is a realtor with Keller Williams out in the Arvada, Colorado area, and he also happens to be our Arvada Business Alliance leader. So Jeff, thank you so much for coming on the show. I'm so glad we still get to do this today, and I appreciate you for
Yay.
being part of it.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Perfect. All right. Well, so if you are tuning into this on Facebook, on LinkedIn, or on YouTube, you can always ask us a question throughout this broadcast and say hi to Jeff, say hi to myself, and ask a question if you have any ideas. But I love interviewing people, and Jeff, I'm so happy again that you are here, and I just want to learn so much about you and share it with everybody who's watching. So, first question, you're in real estate and a lot of people get into real estate, but what was the reason that you specifically got into real estate?
Yes, a lot of people get into real estate because the bar is actually quite low to get in, and
Mhm.
that's not necessarily a good thing. I really think that there should be a lot more education uh, and make it a lot tougher to get into real estate because you're handling one of the biggest transactions of someone's life, and it's a lot of responsibility, and you have to know so much from knowing how houses are built to knowing the neighborhood, and having a degree in psychology almost to
Right?
work with clients and stuff. So I really, it's kind of been in the family a little bit. My grandfather owned rental properties and his father owned rental properties before him. That skipped a generation. My dad wanted nothing to do with it because my grandfather made a few mistakes. I have not made those mistakes,
Good.
thankfully, and I've done very well as a realtor. Most realtors, if they don't own rental property, they should because it's something they know very, very well. And as most people know, real estate is the number one wealth builder, and
Hmm.
I really truly believe in it. From just go buy your first place, just get whatever you can so you're not paying rent and paying the landlord. Now, in this case, yes, I'm the landlord. You're paying me. Thank you very much. But the people that need to rent, they need to rent, and they will eventually buy, hopefully.
Hmm.
But in the meantime, you should own some rental, build your portfolio, and set yourself up for retirement. Set yourself up for when you have a kid, buy a house. When that kid turns 19 or 20 and goes to college, use that house, sell it, and pay for the education.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's an investment. So, but
Yeah,
yes, I love real estate. I really love real estate.
it's
It's
good.
fun.
So you dropped a couple of things in there, but like, why do you love what you do? Like, is it working with all of the people? Is there a specific audience that you choose to work with in real estate? Sounds like you really like helping people utilize their investments to better their life, to help their kids through education. Like, what would it be for you, Jeff?
So there's a lot of things that I'm passionate about. One of them is money. So I have a lot of education around financial advice. I could be a financial advisor if I wanted to be.
Hmm.
I do have a lender's and MLS designation, so I've taken all the training to be a lender. So I could do that, but really, what I do all this to help my clients, to be a resource for them, and because it's a relationship business. It's not a one and done. I'm not a turn and
Right.
burn. It's a relationship business, and I build relationships, and I want to see people succeed, and I want to see them thrive. And what I love about it is I'm a nurturing person. So working with a senior and and being able to help them get through the hassles and the struggles and the emotional part of downsizing, or they've lost a spouse, or they have to go into memory care. I'm really kind of a hand holder, so I really enjoy that, and I have a background in construction. So with first time buyers or investors, I can walk them through a house and show them how it's built and what the pluses and minuses are, from old Quest plastic piping that will spontaneously leak to Federal Pacific or Zinsco panels, electrical panels that'll catch fire.
Mhm.
I know those things, and it's so much fun to educate people. I am a person of I love to education, and I always I'll never stop learning. I'll never stop learning.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm working on getting. I had one before because I was a financial advisor a while back, but I'm getting my life insurance license and my securities license here in the near future. So more education. I have
More
six
education.
designations. Six designations. SRES, which is a seniors real estate specialist, an SRS, which is a seller's representative specialist, RENE, real estate negotiation expert. I mean, the list goes on. So, yeah, I like to keep educating, and I love the education part of it. I love the teaching part of it. I teach classes in the office as a associate leadership council member. I have to teach classes, and I like it a lot. So, yeah,
Good. Good.
always
It's,
different. Every day's different.
I would say the same thing. I know people always ask, like, how do you stay so young? And I'm like, I think it's because I'm always wanting to learn something new. I'm always, so very much like you, I'm like, teach me something. Even if it's not
Yeah.
something that I'll use right then and there, I love to have the knowledge. And so you sound like just that kind of guy, Jeff. Like you're like, okay, I'm ready to bring it on. Like here are all my
Yeah.
designations, my certifications. Yeah, and you're
A
doing it for
lifelong
your
learner.
client.
A
Lifelong learner.
lifelong learner for myself, but that helps you as well.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I can already tell like you're such a huge benefit to your clients who are needing someone that's well versed in all these areas and well connected. So this is great. I love that you're sharing that with us. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Now you mentioned some industry tips about, when you have a kid, buy the house, sell the house when they're ready to go and head to college. Can you share any other industry tips centered around real estate going on right now?
So, as you know, real estate's gotten much more expensive.
Mhm.
And real estate is hyper local. So, what's really expensive here could be you could buy two houses for the same price in Kansas or Missouri or uh, Minneapolis or some Michigan, something like that. So the people have resorted to having to be a little creative. So
Mhm.
maybe there's more than one buyer on the note on the loan. So maybe it's two brothers or a brother and sister. As a matter of fact, a brother and sister bought one of the homes that we just closed on, another investment property that we closed on last week. The brother and sister bought the other side of the paired home,
Mhm.
and they're saving money by not renting. They've got a 3 bedroom, 3 bath, 1,600 square foot home with a 2 car garage, brand new, that will just go up in value, and probably eventually they'll reach the point where, oh, the sister's going to get married or the brother's going to get married, and they're going to go their separate ways, but the other one can buy the equity out, or do a refi and take them off the note and walk away with 50, 60, $100,000.
Mhm.
There's also strategies like the Burr strategy: buy, rent, buy, remodel, refinance, repeat,
Mhm.
renovate, refinance, repeat. And it's what I like to advise my new buyers to do is stay where you are for 2 years to avoid the capital gains, and then and do your little fix ups that you can, the easy low hanging fruit.
Right.
The appreciation is been historically is 4%, but we've seen teens in the Denver area for 10 years. So people have made a lot of money, um, and keep it, do a refi or a HELOC, and turn it into a rental, and then go buy another house. Stay in
Mhm.
it for 2 years. Keep keep doing that. So different strategies to help build wealth or buy a house, and that's not the only strategy. There's a lot more out there.
Yeah, yeah.
And as
It's
you know, I know quite a bit. Call me, and I'll answer any
yeah.
question.
Exactly. We already established you are a wealth of knowledge and have so many tips. I love that whole strategy of rinse and repeat. Like do it again, do it again. And that's how you can build that wealth, that generational wealth too of investing. Oh, I love this.
Yes,
All right. Okay.
thank you.
So tell us, like, what are you currently working on these days, Jeff? Is there something that you're just excited to share? What have you got going on right now?
Excited to share. Well, I really, again, really love investing. I
Yeah.
really love uh, the whole looking. I track my net worth on a
Hmm.
spreadsheet every month. So every month I go find out the value of each rental and I plug it in, and how the note has gone down because the renters have paid the rent, paid the mortgage, and it watching the numbers go up is fascinating, and I love it. And that's the direction I want to watch them go. And I don't think they're ever going to go down. We're still going to see
Really?
appreciation, even in there's only been like 4 years out of the last 70
Hmm.
that houses haven't appreciated.
Hmm.
It's just such a stable asset. Yes, I dabble in cryptocurrency and stocks and mutual funds and um, venture capital and things like that and syndications, but really the primary is in real estate. So what I'm working on is I have currently two properties. One that's brand new that needs to be rented out by September 1st. So I'm getting it ready. When you buy a new house, it doesn't have any blinds. You got to put in blinds. Didn't have a refrigerator. I had to buy a refrigerator. The grout isn't sealed in the bathroom. Now most people wouldn't even know that, but the builder doesn't seal the grout in case there's a repair that needs to be made, and you can't make that repair and put in new grout around a piece of tile. It
Hmm.
won't stick to grout that's been sealed. So if the builder needs to come in and fix that, they have a tough time with it if you've already sealed the grout. So they don't seal it, but it needs to be sealed to keep it from going bad and wearing out and getting moldy. So just the little things that need to be done. And when I've got another property that has gone vacant, and typically after they go vacant and they've been rented out for 3 or 4 years, I like to go in and do a refresh. I'll replace all the carpet, repaint the entire interior. In this case, I'm adding central air conditioning, changing out some light fixtures, upgrading the sink and the faucet, adding handles to the cabinets, things like that, redoing the landscaping to up the rent. So
Hmm.
that's what I'm currently working on. The year end, August gets really busy. Kids going back to school and last minute trips and things like that. And I've got a couple of clients under contract, buyers and sellers. So keeping track
Keeping
with
busy.
that. So,
Keeping
boy, I
busy.
talk a lot, man. Wow. Whew.
Well,
Sorry.
we want to learn more about what you're up to. And speaking of, so you are the alliance leader for the Arvada Business Alliance for HOA.com. So thank
Yes.
you for stepping up and taking that leadership role. So what lights you up about leading this group and getting to connect with more people in the home services industry?
It's fun. It's just fun, and we do a monthly meeting at a Flights Wine Cafe, and we all drink some wine and we share connections. And so the last one I had, there wasn't a person there that walked away without having some sort of connection with somebody else in the group, and they were able to have not only just a business connection but a personal connection, because you want to know the person you're working with and you want to know them in a different setting than just the office. So we're all sitting around drinking wine, talking about our successes or challenges or our kids or our vacations, and you really get to know people. And when you know people, you get to like them and trust them, and you get comfortable. For example, I have an HVAC guy that I've probably sent 4 or 5 jobs to. He's done a couple of houses of mine. He's my go-to guy. He's a great guy. I love Nick. He's awesome. So
Good.
he's part of the HOA group as well. So it's just a lot of fun, and you build relationships and you find the resources that you need I find you find them when you need them. So
Exactly. No, I love that. And you said something like you're having it at this Flights Wine Bar. So you're not in this typical business setting. You've made it more enjoyable for people to come and just let loose and be in a good setting to connect with people on more of that genuine level. So I commend you for doing that, because it can be a little daunting going into a networking event and not having been to one before, to just kind of let your guard down and not be all business all the time.
I agree, very much so.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you envision for HOA.com in the future as we're growing and we're bringing this to other cities? What do you see happening, just in your own words?
I see HOA.com being the go-to company so when I want to, as a realtor or even as a homeowner, if I want to, let's say I'm a homeowner in my neighborhood and my water heater starts to leak, and I need a plumber right away, but I don't want to call one of the big guys because I know that they charge a ton.
Yeah.
Like they way overcharge you, and so I'll go to HOA.com and I will find my neighborhood in there, and I will look at the recommendations of the other HOA.com contractors and pick one of those because they've been vetted. I know that they're going to be trustworthy. So, but I see this being in all the neighborhoods across the country that have HOAs, and I want to be that person on the top line that they see when they come in, because there's the old saying is, lawyers and realtors are like car salesmen. They're a dime a dozen. You can't trust them and all that stuff. I need to change that perception because, there are some bad realtors out there, but I think I make up for it.
Yeah, I think you always, well, and just in talking to you for this, this short time, I can already tell that you are so invested and in your clients. You always want to go above and beyond for them, and you keep learning more and more so that you can be the resource and you can be the connector for them. So I feel like you taking on this role with HOA.com puts you in that position to be the go-to. Jeff, who do you know that does so and so? Like, can you refer me because I trust you? I trust your word.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be the connector. I want to be the go-to.
Yeah, it's a good person to be. I'll be honest, good person to be.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jeff, in our couple minutes that we have left, can you tell me, give us, how did people get in touch with you if they are moving to the Denver area? Do you service all of Denver, or are there specific areas that you work with? Or
I will help you in any part of Denver. I know all of Denver and plus some. I'm also licensed in Arizona. However, I prefer to just be a seller as opposed to a buyer because I don't have intimate knowledge of all the areas. I do own rentals in Mesa and Apache Junction down in Arizona. So I can work anywhere in the metro area. I prefer to be in the Arvada, Golden, Lakewood, Westminster, Broomfield area. It's what I know the best. And I'm always going to be upfront with any client. Hey, we're looking in this district that I'm not real familiar with. Here's a crime mapping website that you can look at. And here's the school website that you can look at. I want you to, drive around the neighborhood, be comfortable. Because I don't know it as well, I'm going to give you all of these resources so that you can make your own informed decision, because I'm not going to be as informed in those areas. Now, as for listing is listing. You can list just about anywhere, as I said,
Right.
down in Arizona or here. But when it comes to buyers, I really want them well taken care of.
Mhm.
I repeat and referral is the heart of my business, and so I have great reviews, and it's because I take care of people and I
Yeah.
care. And you can get a hold of me. I'm at Keller Williams Advantage Realty in Lakewood, just off of 6th and Union. And my email address is pretty easy, Jeff Hollman at kw.com. And my phone number is 303-956-9406. And if you Google me, I'm going to come up on the first page, hopefully. Jeff Holman Arvada, or Jeff Holman Realtor Arvada, and you can read all my reviews there, or on Zillow, or on Rated Agent. Um, yeah, yeah.
Good, good. That's another important tip, I think. We talked about this a little earlier on about so many people becoming realtors because the barrier to entry is very low. And I also have my real estate license here in Arizona, Jeff. So you and I should talk
Good,
as
good.
well. And I got into it for some other reasons, of course, but one thing, being very new to real estate and going through the classes and the tests and so forth, is I don't really feel like we're taught how to build the business, how
No,
to be a realtor. We're taught to pass the test, so to speak. But when we get to that real world experience, it's not really something that they share too much of. So you
they
saying
can't.
that, yeah, well, you saying that I'm number one on, Google, if you look me up, you'll find me. Like that to me is one of the biggest things that a new realtor, an established realtor can do is to really establish their presence. So people find you, they like you immediately before they even connect with you. They know you're the person for them. That really is how we develop those great relationships and those referrals.
And it's a relationship business.
It is very
It's
much
it's
so.
a total relationship business. And the schooling teaches you the laws and the rules and the fair housing. It doesn't teach you how to write a contract. It
Right.
doesn't teach you how to calculate the down payment and the financing and all those things. It doesn't teach you a thing about a house.
Hmm.
Maybe it teaches you what drywall is, but it doesn't teach you the difference between 12 gauge wiring and 14 gauge wiring, and 15 amp versus 20 amp, and panels and structural load bearing walls and different types of builds. There's a lot to know. And I was a manager at a hardware store, so I have a lot of background. I'm a handyman. I've done my own, I've done my rentals, I've done kitchens, bathrooms, basements, full remodels. I, yeah, I do plumbing, electrical. I don't do sewer lines. I don't do roofs. I leave that for the big people. But
Yeah.
I like to go in for a listing. I like to go in and I like to freshen it up. If it's a little dated, I'll take out the light fixtures, have them pay for the costs of the materials, and I'll put in new light fixtures, maybe some new faucets, things that'll bring the house up to date and help it sell for more. And
Hmm.
then the labor would be just on me. It's because I enjoy doing that. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Do
I
what you do.
appreciate
Do what you love to do. We have
it.
a Facebook user coming on saying Jeff is the best. Thank you so
Oh,
much for
awesome. Thank
that
you.
testimonial. That's great. Okay, so Jeff, before I let you go, I do
Yeah,
have a question for you. I'm actually headed to Denver in late
awesome.
September. I will be heading there. My husband booked us tickets to go to the beer festival.
Nice. No,
So
that is
that'll be
awesome.
fun. Yeah. So we're staying in downtown. Is there a place, because you love Denver and you know the area, is there a place that hands down you're like, Tisha, you've got to go here?
And why there's so many is the problem. I mean, you're going to the beer fest. I mean, that's
Ah,
awesome.
yes.
One of my really, really good friends owns a beer, a homebrew supply store, and he'll be there.
Oh,
He'll be there.
okay.
So Hands down. You want some good food, expensive, and go to Elway's
Okay.
or Fleming's,
Uh-huh.
or Ruth Chris Steakhouse, of course, are all good destinations for food. Um, 16th Street Mall is getting a little revamped because it used to be a big tourist destination, but as you know, with the pandemic, we a lot of cities suffered from a lot of homelessness.
Mm.
So the city's struggling to figure that out right now. But yeah, you just, I mean, you'll love Denver. Denver's
I
fun.
think we'll just be. I actually lived in Englewood for about 7 months of my life
Okay.
back in junior high. My mom
Okay.
worked for the VA Medical Center out there.
Oh
And
yeah.
so, yeah, so my husband's like, let's go to Denver. Let's check it out. It'd just be total tourists. So that's excited to go in a couple months, and it'll be fun.
Very
So
cool.
thank you. Thank you for the recommendations. And
Yeah.
I'm excited to go. And I just want to say thanks again for hopping on HOA.com Alliance Leader Spotlight with me today and sharing
Absolutely.
more about what excites you. What's the vision for HOA.com that you see? I think you're a fantastic leader, Jeff, and thank you for
Thank
being
you.
that person and helping us grow the business and the connections.
I
And
appreciate it, Tisha.
yeah, all right. Well, and you can reach out to Jeff if you are in the Denver area with the information below. And tell us, Jeff, so your Arvada Business Alliance, when do those meet? Do you meet once a
We
month?
uh, once a month. I also go to the DTC Alliance and the Parker Alliance and help
Okay.
support them as well.
Okay.
My next meeting is at Flights Wine Cafe on August 11th at 6 p.m. And that's in Old Town Arvada. And you might want to come up and check out Old Town Arvada. Just hop on the train. And all of this month, RTD, the Regional Transportation District, all the trains and all the buses are free
Oh,
all of August. So you could jump on a train, go all the way out to there's a stop in Old Town Arvada, and go to
bluegrass.
Bluegrass Bourbon and
Oh,
Coffee. Their
okay.
appetizers and are awesome. And if you're
I
going, invite
might.
me, and I'll meet you there.
Yeah,
Lots of good drinks.
bluegrass. That sounds good. Bluegrass bourbon. All right. I'm writing it
Bluegrass
down.
Bourbon and Coffee. You just get off the train, and it's practically across across the street. It's right there.
And we can just catch those trains from anywhere, like downtown. Is it
Well,
easy to
downtown there'll
catch?
be you'll go to Union Station
Okay.
and pick up the train there. It'll be the G line, the gold line. The G line takes you out to Arvada.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. I will let you know, Jeff. We'll be there, like I
absolutely.
said, next month.
That'd
All
be
right.
fun.
Well, thanks again for joining me today. And
Yeah.
we'll be back with another HOA.com Alliance Leader Spotlight. And I just want to say thanks to Jeff for sharing your story. And for people who are tuning in live or who are watching the replay, this is a great opportunity to know Jeff and to meet him at his next HOA.com meeting in Arvada. So thanks so much, everybody. And we'll see you next time. Have a great
Awesome.
week and weekend.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.